Hello again. The subject of this evening's class, as you can see, is music in film. Music is used in video presentations, whether it's film, television, especially in advertising, to either create a mood or to direct your attention or to affect how you perceive what you're seeing subconsciously. That's a very important element of advertising that you should think about when you listen to commercials. So, not very many terms this evening. The class notes, I think, are quite self-explanatory. The score is all the music that is composed specifically for the film. All right? Soundtrack is all of the non-spoken sound in the film. So if there's a car horn honking or an explosion or something like that, not part of the score, but it's part of the soundtrack. Underscoring is music that is specifically composed to be played underneath dialogue when characters are speaking to one another. The three films that you'll see short clips from tonight come from very different time periods. The first one comes from the era of silent film. There's an explanation of the whole thing here. It was originally shown with no sound at all. There would be live music accompanying, either a small orchestra in a big theater or just a piano player in most places. Music was composed for these films and added later on when the technology developed, which was actually just shortly after this film came out, just 2 or 3 years later. The second film comes from the 1940s, very famous movie, Academy Award-winning film, Casablanca. This has a very elaborate orchestral score. It also has music, you'll see dance scenes where people are dancing. That's music that was composed beforehand, popular dance tunes. So that music is part of the soundtrack, but not part of the score. And what Steiner, Max Steiner, the composer, does is he takes a love theme, which you'll hear very clearly at the beginning, and various other themes. He characterizes a flashback to Paris. You'll hear the French national anthem played, and when the Germans are invading, you'll hear the German national anthem played in a minor key, that sort of thing. But what he does is he uses those as themes in a very elaborate orchestral score that he composed for this film. He composed about 100 movie scores like this in his career. Finally, a movie that some of you may be familiar with, Clockwork Orange. It's a sort of a cult following. This movie has no score. There's plenty of music in it, but it's all music that was composed earlier by classical composers, and Stanley Kubrick, the director, has selected pieces to characterize how you take in the action. It's all explained here. Please read the explanations and the plot summaries carefully. Watch the videos. If you'd like to write about it, you're welcome to do that. Here's the information, the usual 2-week deadline, and here's exactly what I'd like you to write about. All right? Enjoy these film clips, and thanks for your attention.